AFC North championship game coming up Sunday night in Pittsburgh. Ravens at Steelers. Trista, which head coach needs the win more for job security? Pittsburgh's Mike Tomlin or Baltimore's John Harbaugh?
I'm going to say Mike Tomlin, and here's why. If it's true that John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson are at odds, then it doesn't matter really what happens in this game for the Ravens. His job is already decided. He is out. Go and get your papers, file for unemployment, all of that. If that's all poppycock, I think Mike Tomlin needs to win this, because what is the rap on the Steelers? They go basically 500 every year. They go to the playoffs and they lose in the first game. Now they might even not make the playoffs. So I think we're getting to an inflection point where he's already been on the hot seat, Nick.
I don't know that John Harbaugh's 100% out. If the Ravens win and they win a playoff game or two, I do think John Harbaugh can stay. But if the Ravens lose, John Harbaugh is absolutely out. And you mentioned the reported disconnect that the Baltimore Sun wrote about last week during Christmas week between Lamar and John Harbaugh. Whether or not Lamar needs to grow up or improve his practice habits, like, I'm not there to know whether that's true or not. The organization, any organization, is never choosing a head coach over a multi-MVP award-winning quarterback in his prime. They're going to pick Lamar Jackson. So I think that there's an avenue for Harbaugh to stay if the Ravens can go on a run, Trista. However unlikely that might be if the Ravens get to the playoffs. But as far as this game is concerned, Harbaugh's definitely out if they lose. I'm not sure Tomlin is out if the Steelers lose.
This has kind of been the situation for many years with Pittsburgh. I'm just wondering now, if Aaron Rodgers does retire, doesn't it just feel like a time to start fresh if you end up losing to Baltimore? You don't go to the playoffs, which is like the one thing that we kind of know Mike Tomlin for.
And Mike Tomlin is like a borderline Hall of Fame coach with everything he's done. Like, he's won a Super Bowl, he's been to another, but, you know, he wasn't part of the regime in Pittsburgh that drafted Ben Roethlisberger, and they've screwed up every quarterback decision they've made since then. And look, like, maybe Rodgers leads them to the playoffs. I don't know if they screwed up Aaron Rodgers, but Rodgers, the first number in his age is a 4. He's not the quarterback of the future. Do you, Steelers fans, honestly, do you trust Mike Tomlin to get this right moving forward? I'm not sure I do. I don't think the Steelers will fire him, though, like, pending if they get annihilated in the game on Sunday night. I think he'll stay. On Aaron Rodgers, if the Steelers lose, what does your gut tell you? Is this his final game in the NFL?
Pat McAfee, run it back one more.
I think he's done. I think if they lose, he's done. I think that they have way too much work to do on the offensive side of the ball, and you see the Metcalf suspension. They have absolutely no juice. So this could be the end of an era, not just for coaches, but potentially for Aaron Rodgers as well on Sunday night. So one of these teams is making the playoffs. The winner of this game will be the 4 seed in the AFC, probably face Houston at home in the wild card round, although that remains to be seen. Out of the Steelers or the Ravens, which team is better equipped to make a postseason run in the AFC?
To me, it's not close. It's Baltimore, mostly because of what we saw like these last few weeks. I've either seen dominant defensive performances or I've seen dominant offensive performances. What we saw from Derrick Henry a couple of days ago, he just turned back the clock. He looked like a man completely unfazed, unbreakable. Made my mom ask, hey, what's that move where they put their arm out and the man just falls to the ground? And that's a stiff arm, and that's what Derrick Henry does. Still very much an impactful player. And I also actually think Snoop Huntley's not a massively bad option to lead them through a postseason run if Lamar can't go.
If Lamar can't go, they may not even beat the Steelers if Lamar doesn't play. Betting market kind of says Lamar's going to play. We'll see moving throughout the week. I actually think the Steelers' floor is a little higher than Baltimore's.
Definitely.
Like, especially if Metcalf is back for the playoffs, then I think you could certainly make that argument, but you're 100% right. I'd love to see anyone make an argument that the Steelers' ceiling is higher than Baltimore's ceiling. The Super Bowl favorite coming into the year. I don't think it's likely that Baltimore can rediscover that form from last year and the year before, that when they were regular season juggernauts. I don't think that's going to happen, but you have to at least acknowledge the possibility that it could. And if the Ravens do get hot and Lamar does get hot, it's a wide open and flawed AFC. I don't think they would win the AFC, but you'd have to give them a better chance than the Steelers.
1,000%, because we've seen their defense show up. We've seen now their offense show up even without Lamar. Big performances from Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, even Mark Andrews, and even some DeAndre Hopkins sprinkled in there. And then obviously, like I said, Derrick Henry still doing the damn thing. So yeah, if they could get that magic on both sides of the ball for 3 games, oh boy, the AFC could get interesting.
Yeah, and if you're the Buffalo Bills or really
Shook
any AFC playoff contender, you need to be rooting for the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday night. You do not want to deal with the hypothetical upside of the Baltimore Ravens.